episode today. I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the biggest mistakes that sports card investors are making in the market right now that is costing them a lot of money. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say a little bit about our membership program because our ultra high-end membership program has been on fire recently. On August 8th, we are buying up Steph Curry 2009 Topps Chrome Refractors for under $15,000 in a PSA 8, under $30,000 in a PSA 9, and under $90,000 in a PSA 10. And as you can see here, his PSA 10 is up to $228,000 as of January 23rd. It's currently retracted to around $210,000, but his PSA 8 is also expected to be around 25. His PSA 9 is expected to be around 40 or 50. There have been no last sales, but given the PSA 10 price, that is the expected price of the PSA 9 and 10. So whoever from our investment program who has bought into these has made over 2 times their money on the PSA 10 and around 40 to 50% on the PSA 8 and 9. So if you guys would like to join in, we obviously have more affordable option. So if you guys are not into the ultra high-end stuff, we definitely have card recommendations as low as $20. So if you guys would like to join in, the link is down below to sportscardsinvest.com if you would like to make some money with us. But without further ado, we're gonna hop right into this video. So the first big mistake I have seen investors making is when a player gets very hot, such as Ja Morant had an incredible month of February. When a player gets very hot and you want to invest in a player. So say, for example, Ja Morant, when he first got hot, his base Prism and his Prism Blue were the first 2 cards that started to catch fire. So a lot of investors who wanted to buy Ja Morant cards were defaulting by going to his base Prism and his Prism Blue, and therefore they bought into the highest point. However, the easiest way to make money when a player gets hot is to buy into their secondary cards that have not gone up as much. So for example, when his base Prism has gone up 80% in the last week, and his Prism Silver has only gone up 20% in the past week, his Prism Silver is a very good buy at that point because his Prism Silver is going to match the growth of the Prism base. And that is essentially how this whole card market works. First, the card will go up, then, for example, when his base card went up, then his Prism Silver became undervalued, and all of his other cards became undervalued. So it's a great time when a player gets hot to buy into their cards that have not gone up. And I just talked about this in last week's video, or in a few days ago's video. But, for example, Jason Tatum is having an incredible month and past like 20 games. And his Prism base is really starting to catch fire. However, his Prism Silver and his Prism Silver autos are still not too expensive compared to where they were. So I definitely think it's a good time to be buying into them. His base Prism's up to around $250 in a PSA 10. However, his Prism Silver used to be around 5 to 6 times the price of his Prism base. So the true value of his Prism Silver right now should be around $1,400 to $1,500. However, the last sale is just $900. So I think this card is a card that's going to match the growth of his Prism base. If his Prism base goes up by 40%, his Prism Silver should go up by around 40%. However, his Prism base has only gone up by around 10 to 20%. So I think that's a good buying opportunity. So making sure not to buy into the hyped cards and the cards that have already doubled, but to buy into the cards of the player that have yet to double. So I think that's always a great strategy. And then also, if you own one of these cards, sell it when it's hot. I mean, I think that should be pretty obvious. But if you own, Ja Morant Prism Blue, I think it's obviously a good time to sell just because of how inflated it is. And a lot of the time, it's the hype. Once, for example, Giannis Antetokounmpo can put up 30 points a game, 10 rebounds a night, and nobody really cares. However, when a young player does that, everybody turns their attention to it. And then when it becomes normal, then their prices cool off, such as Luka Doncic. We're used to him putting up big performances. However, we're not used to seeing Ja Morant put up big performances as much as Luka Doncic. Of course, he's an incredible young star, but, a $475 red, white, blue Prism is just insane. If we look at even guys like Luka Doncic who are very established, their Prism, let's just check how much the Prism red, white, blue would go for. But certainly, yeah, around 950 with a lower pop than Ja Morant's. I definitely think it's a good time to be selling these hot cards as they come up. So that's a pretty obvious one. Just wanted to state it. If you have a card that's already doubled in the past week, it's very hard for it to sustain that price. So chances are it's going to rebound and, settle back a little bit. But then again, also overpaying, when players get hot. I've seen so many people in this market when Ja Morant started to go off, were just buying up and overpaying. The night that he has a big game, that is not the way to go about investing. You have to definitely be patient and smart. There are always opportunities out there, and it's not worth it to go ahead and overpay, especially on eBay or something, when if you buy it locally or off another platform, you can save around 10%. So I definitely think it's a good time to be buying Ja Morant's cards, but certain Ja Morant cards. Ja Morant cards that have not doubled, such as his base Prism. I think there's a lot of good opportunities out there, but I definitely think a lot of people are going to be losing money with these cards, and a lot of people are going to be making a boatload of money with these cards. So you definitely want to be smart about it, and then it's always a good time to be, looking out for the next hot guy. A lot of the times, guys will have a lot of great games, and you will only really hear about it, and their prices will only really change when they have that one massive game that catches everyone's attention. Our membership program has been buying up Ja Morant cards since he started to have these great games. And it took a few weeks for the market to catch on. So I think that's a great opportunity right there, to be buying ahead of the market. Right now, a guy who I think is very undervalued is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Of course, his team is not winning as much, but he has had some incredible performances, and his card market has not even really changed. So I think if he continues to have a big performances, if he drops a 50-point game, or a 40-point game and really starts to catch attention, I think his card's going to really do well. I definitely think like his select PSA 10 for $25, that is definitely going to catch some steam in my opinion. It took a while for Ja Morant's card market to catch steam. I think it will take a while for Shai's to catch steam, but I definitely think he's will. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you guys out. Once again, buying into the cards that haven't gone up as much, whereas buying into cards that have gone up already, it's a whole different ball game, and you can make a lot of money buying into cards that haven't gone up as much when the player's stock has risen, and you can lose a lot of money if you're buying into the cards that have already doubled. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like. If you would like to join in on the membership program, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. But other than that, I'm out. Peace.